So this happened almost a week ago, and I haven't made a video about it yet, because plenty of other people have spoken out and they've said things about it and worded things better than I ever could, as you can tell by the fact I'm saying things, and everything else. And it's also just such a huge travesty and everything. And in case you haven't figured it out by now, I'm talking about the shooting in Orlando at the Pulse LGBT bar club or whatever. Anyway, but of course I've been seeing the assholes and how they're twisting shit, but I hadn't quite seen quite the extent because, well, the people I have on Facebook are not assholes. So, you know, they're not sharing the shit without it being like just, you know, like I knew people are trying to twist it and they're saying that the media is, but I didn't see an actual example until someone was showing, because most people are applauding, you know, other people's the good reactions and kind of stuff, and so it was applauding this one guy's reaction to these fucking assholes who kept on trying to ignore that it was a homophobic hate crime and they slaughtered a bunch of LGBT people. Like, oh no, it's a threat on, you know, our, you know, people's ability to go out and have a good time. No, it is a threat on LGBT people. It is like he was homophobic, extremely homophobic, and he went to a gay bar. Like, this isn't, you know, this isn't just, oh, I want to go shoot up some people. It's, he hated us enough to want us dead, and he's not alone. Do you have any idea how often people are talking about killing the gays and getting rid of the gays, and even in the wake of this, people are like, at least there were gay people that died, and good on them, and the police should have given them an award and shit like that. A bunch of horrific crap like that in the wake of one of the worst, the worst, I think, worst mass shooting in American history by a lone perpetrator. Like, fuck off. We are, because and then he, in the person in this video, I'm gonna be linking this in the description, by the way, and he was saying, like, you don't get it, you're not gay, and he's like, oh yeah, you get to control the conversation because you're gay, but you don't get it. You're not understanding it. You're not living in fear all the time. You're not seeing people hate you everywhere. You're not having people talk about killing you and how disgusting and terrible you are as if they're talking about the weather. You don't live in fear of people finding out who you are and who you love and all this other stuff. You're not afraid to walk down the street holding the hand of the person you love. You're not afraid to walk down the street as you are. Like, you've lived such a comfortable life that you just can't possibly understand. So, yeah, if you're saying that it couldn't, oh no, you're overreacting, no, you don't fucking get it, because the thing is that it's not that you couldn't possibly witness these things, it's just you don't notice it because it doesn't affect you. People don't notice societal norms that don't directly impact their lives. And you know what? There's been plenty of cases of cishet people, cishet being cisgendered heterosexuals, who, after finding out that someone that they care about is queer in some way, they start noticing all of the homophobia, transphobia, etc. that is everywhere. And then they start seeing it happening to the person that they care about, and they start realizing how much they had no idea just how much there was before. And even then, it's not their lives, they're not even seeing how much is just happening because they're not constantly with them 24 hours a day everywhere they go, right? They're not seeing every single bit of things online that person's seeing. And they're not going online as the queer person, they're going online as a cishet person with a queer loved one. which you still have that privilege there, despite what so many allies want to say. So, and everyone keeps, another thing too, the fact that the shooter background is Afghani, like, he was an American citizen, born and raised, extremely American in every way, except for his cultural heritage. So everyone's like, oh, Muslim terrorists, blah blah blah. So they're trying to use our tragedy to fuel their political crap. And you know what's really fucking interesting? It's only the racist assholes who were homophobic last week who are doing this. And the queer community, the actual LGBT community, of whom was actually the ones affected by this fucking crime the most, we're all saying, yo, no, okay? Stop being Islamophobic. Stop being racist. Okay? Stop trying to, well, first of all, stop trying to use us like that, and also, like I find minorities end up, so, like, now, granted, there are plenty of, like, racist gay people and whatnot, but, like, don't get me wrong, and, like, homophobic, POC and all this other stuff, don't get me wrong, but I've seen far more people who are discriminated against in some way, and it's where minorities in some way end up being more empathetic or sympathetic, whatever, towards other ones who are discriminated against and are far less willing to pick up the torches and pitchforks against them. Of course, them being metaphorical, because we don't live in the 1500s. But yeah, like, first of all, like, we end up being more, like, and then the thing is that the reason why so many media outlets are trying to do this whole thing about Attack on America and trying to distract from the fact it was a homophobic hate crime and everything else, and that it was they were murdered and everything else, and they were attacked because they were LGBT, because they were queer, is because then they have something in common with the person they're rallying against. Because of how much fucking homophobic shit has been happening in Congress in the past year. All the fucking transphobic bathroom bills, all the crap that's happened, talking about the, like same-sex marriage getting legalized and everything. And it's just, like, you know, you gotta distract. It's like, oh shit, oh, one of my fellow homophobes did a no-no, shit, backtrack, oh shit, he's a no-no in my other book, so yeah, there we go. So no, fuck off. You're an asshole, you're the bad guy. Stop trying to make other innocent people suffer because you have something in common with an asshole, not just an asshole, someone who committed a major atrocity. Because guess what? This is something that we've all been saying for such a long time. All of that shit, all those making it normal and okay to fuel these thoughts, that all this hatred that you're constantly spewing out, you're not doing anything physically violent, but you're telling those who would do something physically violent that their hatred is okay, so that when they go to do something physically violent, they express their hatred against the people you are telling them it's okay to hate. And then they do something like this! This is why we're constantly fighting for people to stop fucking, you know, campaigning against us and making it normal, and we're trying to make it normal to not hate and to be kind to each other, because that way, because we're trying to make it so that the really horrible people who share your opinions don't feel enabled, okay? Because they're dangerous, and we don't want them to feel enabled and feel justified in what they're doing, because what they're doing is illegal, and not just illegal, horrifying, okay? Because, I don't know about you, but I like being safe. Most people do. But I guess we don't matter because we're just the filthy gays, right? Thanks for watching. Oh, actually, I am Canadian, so, like, this isn't 100%, like, I'm Canadian, so I don't have nearly the homophobia that they have in the States, and also I'm, like, in a major city in Canada, because there's so much homophobia if you go more rural, but, like, there's still homophobia here. It's just not quite as bad as the States, so I just wanted to disclaim that. I felt like it would have been more powerful to end it like that, but then I'm gonna realize I might have some people like, yo, you're Canadian, why are you even, yeah, but thanks for watching. I ruined my, you know, powerful ending with my little, don't hate. Anyway, bye.